Good evening. My name is Austin Sellers, and I'm your student's physical science teacher. This evening, I will be taking you through a tour of our course and what's expected of your student in this new virtual landscape. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go explore the Canvas homepage. So as I share my screen with you, you will see what your student experiences every day. So let's get a good look at their day. So the first thing they do every day is they log into Canvas, and this is the first page they see. On this page, they have every bit of contact information that they need, and also the Zoom link for their class that morning or that afternoon. On this page, I have also included my syllabus, which has several things such as rules, the materials that they will need for class, my rules on absences, grading, and class participation. At the bottom here, we can see that my email is sellers.austin.c@muskogee.k12.ga.us. So this is my best form of contact. So if you need to get into contact with me, I would suggest emailing me at this. Your student has access to this at all points. And now that I've shared it with you, I'd ask you write it down and keep that somewhere in your contacts, or maybe save it in your emails. So if you ever need it, or if I ever need to get into contact with you, you'll be able to recognize that email. So your student logs into Zoom every day, and we conduct class via webcam. As we do that, I deliver instruction, and I generally will take them to their modules page. So they go through this, and this is a way that Canvas allows them to quite quickly make it through the week day by day. So I've set it up to where each day is very clearly labeled, and I publish or make public the day the morning of for each class so that the student doesn't get too far ahead, but has the time to maybe look over the materials before class that day. So each week, they will either have, for first period, as we have here, 4 days. I will see first period Monday through Thursday. And any other class, if I have your student for maybe second period, we are going to have just 3 days. So depending on which class they have with me, they'll either have 3 days or 4 days, but each of those days are very clearly laid out for them in the modules and quite clearly discussed in the modules or in the Zoom session that we have every day. Some of the things that I'd like you to be aware of as we make it through this first few weeks is what's expected of your student. In the modules, I have included a virtual expectations, which allows them to read through our expectations for Zoom class meetings and the Canvas procedures, as well as general housekeeping. There's no need to go through all of this right now, but the main points here are they're expected to be on time and ready to learn as we would be if we were in class in person. And they are also asked to turn their mics off and videos on, showing their face for attendance purposes as we conduct our Zoom classes. This also gives me a good connection with your students' reception of the information being shared. Faces are one of the things that I never realized I'd miss until I didn't have them as a cue as to whether the students knew what was happening. So I asked them to be very clear. If they leave the session for any time, they will give me a time stamp, and this will be recorded just to make sure they don't miss any instructions. And if at all possible, I ask that your students be to class 3 to 5 minutes early every class so that they have time to get ready and be prepared to learn as we start the class. Students are asked to dress appropriately for all Zoom sessions all day. This is adhering to school dress code. This reduces distractions and also keeps them in the mindset of the school environment. And they are asked to be active participants in the class setting. This means keeping phones put away, making sure that no TVs or videos or any kind of games are playing in the background, and that they are actively listening, asking questions, or answering questions when necessary. Your student is expected to log into Canvas every day, even if they don't have me. So if I have your student Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, or Monday through Thursday, even on the days where they do not have class, I ask that they log into Canvas and check their calendar to ensure that they don't have any work that's going to sneak up on them. All of their Canvas assignments are published and are ready to go before they have to do them, and the due dates are very clearly marked within the assignment and on their calendar. Any late work will be counted as half credit, with very few exceptions, depending on if you miss maybe for a doctor's appointment or something along those lines. So Canvas is generally how we distribute any kind of information, how I'm going to share any links, and then how they will submit any work that is assigned to them. As stated at the beginning of the video, the Zoom links are on the home page or the syllabus page of this Canvas course. And the recordings will be posted on Canvas by the following day whenever possible. And these will be in the form of a YouTube link, very similar to the one that you are watching now. So communication is key due to the inability to have face-to-face instruction. And I ask that your students please contact me if ever they have connectivity issues, are struggling with pacing or content, or have any other concerns. This is necessary for in class, they could just raise their hand or maybe visit me at my desk. But now that we're not face-to-face, it's a little bit more difficult to make sure that they have everything that they need to succeed. So please encourage them, help me encourage them to communicate with me when necessary, and please feel free to communicate with me yourself if you ever have questions or concerns. So they have several ways to message me. I do prefer email. I get email on my phone. I don't generally respond to emails after about 8 o'clock, but first thing the next morning, I'll make sure to have a prompt response for that student's email or possibly your email. And I'm asking that they take their classwork seriously. As you may be aware, it is very difficult to stay on track and to keep attention when there is no in-person instruction. And it is so easy to fall behind, especially in a science course such as physical science. So please help me help your student to keep on track and get the best experience they can out of this virtual learning landscape. So if you have any questions, please make sure you can contact me at that email. And I just want to leave with a quick note about what kinds of activities we will be doing in this class. This is a science class, so we go through labs. We often will work on assignments, watch videos for the kinds of demonstrations I can't do in person, and we'll have interactive Google Doc and Kami procedures and assignments. This means that there's a large internet load on the student, and if they're ever having issues with their Wi-Fi, that connectivity issue, I'm asking that they contact me so that we can work together to try to resolve those issues. Again, these Zoom recordings for instructional purposes are posted by the next day whenever possible. So if your student were to ever miss a class, either due to absence or connectivity issues, I ask that they log into Canvas the next day after communicating with me why they've missed or what they need, and then try to watch the video and see if that clears anything up for them. If, again, you have any questions, please make sure to contact me at that email. I will show you that one more time. So you can email me at sellers.austin.c@muskogee.k12.ga.us. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'm looking forward to your student having a wonderful, wonderful experience in this class.